Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the September polish pickup. If you don't know what polish pickup is, every month a bunch of different indie makers get together and they produce a product. I lean towards the side of the polish, but they do have like body care, nail care. They also have like jewelry and wax and things of that sort. So everybody puts in a product based off a theme, and this month's theme is Magic Alchemy. So all of the polish pickup products will be available September 6th through the 9th. In the description box below, I will leave the site where you can pick it up, all the products up, and then I will link their Instagram page and all of the makers' Instagram pages as well. You can't purchase these on the maker sites. They will only be available on the polish pickup site on the given dates, but it is a good representation of the brands if it was something you were interested in further exploring. So there are a ton of products on the polish pickup site every month, somewhere ranging around the 100 products area. I have 9. So I have I have 11. I can't count. I have 11 things to share with you today, so let's just go ahead and get started. So the first polish is from 77 Nail Lacquer, and it is called Invocation of the Spirit. This was inspired by the craft, and it's described as a black base with caramel hex glitters and a variety of color shifting pigments to include gold to green to purple, red to blue to gold to orange to purple, and red to green to blue to purple. So this will retail for $14, and there are only going to be 90 bottles available. So this one you can definitely see all of the color shifty things that are happening in here, just like the description read. It is, depending on what lighting you're in, you're going to see one of those shifty elements to this polish, and it's never going to look the same in any kind of lighting. That being said, it's also super reflective, so there's this like blue flash that comes out of it, which is primarily what I see. And then when you get past that blue flash is when you're going to see like the shifty base color, if that makes sense. You do get a ton of these hex glitters out. You don't have to do anything special, no kind of fishing or holding the bottle upside down to get them out. The formula was good. It wasn't too thick or too thin. It wasn't difficult to work with, but it did apply a little chunky. So I had to kind of make sure to work in thinner coats with this polish to get it to spread out nice and smoothly, which, I mean, most people work in super thin coats anyway, so it really doesn't make a big difference, but I just figured I would throw it out there. I am just waking up, so I'm at a little bit of a loss for words, but these glitters that are in here can build up upon itself easily, and that's what kind of gives it like that chunkier, super textured look. So this one is going to dry pretty textured. You will want a glossy top coat to finish it off for that reason. I do recommend the Super Chick Lacquer Marvel Liquid Macro Top Coat. It is definitely my favorite glitter eating top coat. It is fast drying, it's thick, you only need one coat of it for a glitter polish, so I will also link that in the description if you want to check it out. I do get asked constantly about that, so I figured I would go ahead and let you guys know, since I've got a couple glitters here, that would be my recommended top coat. This one is also going to be pretty difficult to remove if you get enough glitter, build them up. You're going to have to do some scrubbing. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Invocation of the Spirit and a glossy top coat. So next, from Anchor and Heart Lacquer, this is called Quite Magnificent, and this one I believe actually falls under the indie pickup, which also is on the polish pickup site, same dates, same times, just a different tab. So you have the option to shop all, and this will fall under the all category, or you have the option to shop just polish, just wax, just nail care. So this one I did not find under polish. I found this under just the whole tab. I feel like it might be nail care, considering it is just their matte top coat with added elements. Let's get into it. So Quite Magnificent is inspired by Rowena MacLeod from Supernatural. I've never seen the show. This is described as a matte top coat with blue to green Aurora Shimmer and shifting blue to green to purple iridescent flakies. This one will retail for $11, and there's a cap of 225 bottles available. So like I said, this is just their matte top coat and it has added elements to it. It is a very beautiful topper. This is going to look magnificent over anything you put it over. I did put it over Twinkle Tea's Passion Fruit, their stamping cream, and it looked so good. It was so fall, really pretty. You could also add a top coat to this if you didn't want it matte and if you wanted it to last, you know, a little bit longer, because matte top coats do tend to chip on the quicker side. So you could add a glossy top coat to this. I feel like that would probably defeat the purpose, but you do you. I will say that Anchor and Heart Lacquer has one of my favorite matte top coats of all time, so I do highly recommend this one as well. It's just really beautiful. Smooth, easy to work with formula. Obviously it's not going to dry textured because these are all flakes that are in here and nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove either. So in my swatch photo you're going to see one coat of Quite Magnificent. It just looks wrong. You're going to see one coat of Quite Magnificent over Passion Fruit and no top coat. So the other contribution from Anchor and Heart Lacquer is called Little Wee Witch. The inspiration for this is the same, and it's described as a linear super holographic base with various purple, fuchsia, navy blue, orange, and red glitter. This will retail for $12 and there is no cap. So this is another one that, I mean, you could use this as a topper. It did get completely opaque in 3 coats for me with 0 visible nail line. So you could use this as a topper. But I definitely think it looks so cute built up on its own. It's definitely very Halloween to me. I love Halloween polishes. Formula on this is smooth, easy to work with, a little bit on the thinner side, but no running or pulling. You get a ton of glitter out and they do spread out nice and evenly across the nail. Very little manipulation to get a very beautiful manicure out of this color. All that being said, this is going to dry up pretty textured because of all the glitter that's in here, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off. Again, I would recommend a glitter eating glossy top coat. They're just on the thicker side, and then my favorite one is the one I have in the description box. And if you hate removing glitter, I would recommend either a peel off base coat or some pure acetone for this one with those little nail clips, because very difficult. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Little Wee Witch and a glossy top coat. So up next from Blush Lacquers, we have Under Pressure. The inspiration behind this is Harry Houdini's famous water torture trick. It's described as a burnt sienna base, loaded with gold flakies, rose gold micro flakies, and a touch of hollow flakies. This will retail for $11 and there is no cap. So this one totally screams fall leaves to me. It is so beautiful, so fall. This is gonna easily get me through the season. As far as like my coppery color goes, this is it. It incorporates the gold and the rose gold and like the brownie shade, and it's not too reflective, but it's something a little bit special as opposed to wearing like a cream. I can't recommend this one enough. It does have a great formula. It did take 3 coats to be completely opaque. This one is going to look really beautiful, glossy, and matte. Nothing in here is going to dry textured. I would recommend a top coat because it does dry on the Tinsy Spit side of dull. But if you were in a rush, I would say you could skip it and top coat it later. Would not recommend, but you could. So like I said, nothing in here is going to dry textured, and also nothing in this one is going to be difficult to remove. These little gold flakes that are in here though can kind of get a little bit messy during removal. So if you just plop a cotton ball on and swipe forward, you should have no issue. If you plop a cotton ball on and you go side to side, like I do, it gets stuck in your cuticles. So bear that in mind. In my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Under Pressure and a glossy top coat. So next from Colors to Carol, we have Dragonlord. This is inspired by Merlin, and it's described as an oxblood red metallic with Aurora Shimmer and Ultra Chrome Chameleon Flakies. This will retail for $12.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles available. So this one is also super fall, deep, vampy. Could also go the Halloween route direction. The Aurora that's in here seems to go from like a gold to a green. And then the Ultra Chrome Chameleon Flakies that are in here are definitely on the warmer side. Formula on this is really good. It's almost opaque in one coat. I did do 2 coats. It did deepen the color slightly, but if you were seriously in a pinch, you could definitely wear this in one coat, no problem. I didn't have any kind of nail line after one coat, but a second coat did deepen the color to match what was in the bottle. That being said, this is a super pigmented red. You will want to make sure to use a base coat under this. I didn't personally experience any kind of staining. That doesn't mean it won't. This one is also going to dry down on the dull side, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off. But nothing in here is going to dry obnoxiously textured. A couple of these flakes might stand up, but nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove either. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Dragonlord and a glossy top coat. Up next, from Indie by Patty Lopes, we have Mysterious Magic Bottle. This was inspired by I Dream of Jeannie, and it's described as a pale gray base with multi-chrome shimmer, multi-chrome flakies, and scattered micro hollow flakies. This will retail for $12, and there are only 80 bottles available. So this one is super reflective. It's very loud, very, I mean, not loud in a bad way, but like definitely an in-your-face kind of glitzy, glammy kind of polish. Formula on this is also good. I didn't have any kind of running or pulling with this one. It did take 3 coats to build up to opacity, but that is to be expected with these kind of Aurora shimmers. The shimmer in this one goes from like a pink to a gold to a green, and there is a little bit of purple in there as well. The little holographic glitters that are in here will dry textured, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish it off for that reason. And they also will be a little bit difficult to remove, but that's the only element in this polish that is not going to be super easy. The flakes shouldn't give you an issue, and the shimmer shouldn't give you an issue either. But in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Mysterious Magic Bottle and a glossy top coat. So up next, from KB Shimmer, we have Something Wicca, This Way Comes. This was inspired by Charmed, and it's described as a deep duochrome base that shifts from blues to purples. It also has a magnetic effect that makes peaches, pinks, limes, and gold all appear. And it is also coated with a sprinkling of hollow and colorful flakies. This, per the usual, will retail for $10, and there is no cap. So this one is super opaque. It only took 2 coats to be completely opaque. When I do magnetic polishes, like to make sure that my base color is entirely opaque before I apply the magnet to it, because when you apply that magnet, it does pull polish from the remaining bit of nail that it's not over. It pulls pigment, not polish, it pulls pigment, and so it can create bald patches on those areas that the magnet's not touching. So I do like my polishes to be completely opaque before adding the magnet to it. Now this one, I only needed 1 coat under my magnetized coat. So that is really, really good for me for a magnetic polish. So formula is great on this one. Very smooth, easy to apply. I didn't have any kind of running, pulling, or staining with this one. The flakes that are in here stand out really nicely. So I do prefer this one magnetized. It does look really beautiful on its own. You don't have to wear it magnetized, but I think it gives like a super night sky-ish effect to it when it does have the magnet to it. It's so, so beautiful. The flakes that are in here might dry slightly textured, so you will want a top coat to finish this off, but it definitely also dries on the dull side, so it will help with that as well. And the holographic that's in here. So these are kind of like a scattered hollow that's in here. So the top coat's going to help that as well. But nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Something Wicca, This Way Comes, and a glossy top coat. So, KB Shimmer is back with another sugar scrub. We all know how I feel about these sugar scrubs. So I still religiously use the Raspberry Beret one. I have the rainbow one up in my bathroom, and I love her sugar scrubs. I start every swatch session with a hand wash of this. I use it on my body. I use it after swatching. I use it every single morning. I use this stuff like it's going out of style, and I'm not even halfway done with it yet. So I am always super stoked to get one of these and I love getting them in polish pickup. So this month we are honored with the scent Lime Margarita. This was inspired by Practical Magic Midnight Margaritas, and it's described as a notes of salty lime blended with subtle hints of raspberry, apple, strawberry, and peach, finished off with wisps of jasmine and vanilla. This will retail for $10 and there is no cap. So this straight up smells like you are getting a margarita at a Mexican restaurant. And I have 2 more months until I can have a margarita at a Mexican restaurant, and I'm so excited. This absolutely mimics that smell. It has the same sugar scrub formula that KB Shimmer does really well. Very moisturizing. Highly recommend these, as I do every time they put one out. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see their KB Shimmer Lime Margarita Sugar Scrub. So up next from LynB Designs, we have Witch's Familiar. This was inspired by Black Cats, aka the Witch's Familiar, and it's described as a deep indigo to gray blue thermal with copper to red shimmer, linear hollow, and red to purple to pink shifting flakies. This will retail for $12, and there's a cap of 225 bottles available. So the formula on this is good. It's smooth, it's easy to apply. I will say that the owner of LynB Designs has always been one of the most accommodating people to work with. She is very relaxed. If I have an issue with her polishes, I can let her know, and I know I'm not going to get any kind of backlash for it. So the first time this came, I had issue with unmixed pigment. I let her know, and immediately she had a new bottle in the mail that had been strained and fixed formula-wise. So this formula is very good. You get a ton of these flakies out. The thermal effect is very strong, very easy. It did take 2 coats to build up to opacity for me. Some nails I needed 3. That being said, that is mostly for the lighter transitional shade. So depending on your application, 2 to 3 coats. This one is going to dry down dull, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off. These flakes are going to lie nice and smooth. They're not going to dry textured whatsoever. This is going to look beautiful, both glossy and matte. I would recommend a top coat either way though, just to kind of bring it full circle as like a full manicure. Nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove, as these are all flaky. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Witch's Familiar and a glossy top coat. So up next from Rogue Lacquer, we have Pixie Dust. This is inspired by Tinkerbell, and it's described as a light and creamy base packed with magical indigo, color shifting shimmers, and gold to green color shifting flakies. This will retail for $12.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles available. So this one could definitely double as a topper. It's in a slightly tinted base, but it's not tinted enough where it would change the base color if you were to use this as a topper. This one builds up to pretty much opacity in 3 coats. I could still make up my nail line. If that bothers you, you might want to solely use this one as a topper, but I think my preferred way of wearing this is actually just 2 coats on its own. You can see obviously a little bit more of that visible nail line, but it is so beautiful. Formula is good. It's a little bit on the thicker side. That might also be why I prefer 2 coats to 3 coats. Because it is a little bit thicker, so you are building up those layers a little bit thicker. It just feels a little bit more dainty on the nails at 2 coats as opposed to 3. Either way, you will want a top coat because this does dry down on the dull side. This one looks beautiful, both glossy and matte. Highly recommend both ways. Nothing in here is going to dry textured though, and nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Pixie Dust and a glossy top coat. And last but certainly not least, from Sassy Pants Polish, we have Goddess of Witchcraft. This was inspired by Amberina Carnival Glass, and it is described as a burgundy, green, gold, multi-chrome magnetic polish with gold holographic flakies and red to gold aurora shifting shimmer. This will retail for $12, and there's a cap of 110 bottles available. So this one is really beautiful. I love the multi-chrome that this base color is. It goes from that like deep dark emerald shade to like a brownie kind of red shade. It is really so gorgeous, really so fall, really so Halloween, really so just like my time of the year for polish to shine. I love these kind of colors. The flakes that are in here are also really nice. You don't have to fish to get them out, and it does that thing where, so this is a magnetic polish where when you magnetize it, it has those gold, holographic gold flakes spread throughout the darker side where the pigment was pulled from, and it just looks so, so beautiful. So this did take me 3 coats to be completely opaque. I don't have an issue doing 3 coats, especially again with the magnetized polishes. I do want my base color to be completely opaque before I apply a magnet on top so I don't have any bald patches. This is going to dry down dull, and these holographic flakes that are in here are going to dry slightly textured, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off. It's nothing that I feel like you might need a glitter eating glossy top coat or 2 coats of glossy top coat. I don't think you would need anything like that. I also don't think you would need a peel off base coat. Now these are larger holographic gold flakes, so they can kind of act a little bit more like a glitter than, say, like the flakes in this polish would act. But they're still not difficult to remove. You do just kind of want to be mindful that they're there, though. They can, 1 or 2 can hang around, that's all. In my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Goddess of Witchcraft and a glossy top coat. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the polishes that I received. Let me know what you plan on picking up from this month's polish pickup. I have not looked. I will not look. I have spent a lot of money this month and have decided to cut myself off of polish pickup for the month. So I'm not getting anything, but what are you guys getting? Let me live vicariously through you. Let me know what you guys thought of these polishes. What was your favorite from today's video? Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.